Well, I arrived to my Boondockers Welcome place, and it's really great because I have full hookups here, and I feel totally safe here. This property is 2 acres. You know, this is a very small town, so there's not going to be much for me to explore. But he said there's lots of trails around here, so I'll be definitely trying to do daily walks in the neighborhood. Sure, if you can make out the bunny. There's a little tiny bunny. There he or she is. Right out my window. There he goes. So my first night at my little Boondockers Welcome spot has been very nice. And I had a good night's sleep last night, and it was super quiet. Chilly night, but very quiet. So now I'm going on a hike. After 7 days of boondocking and then going to hookups again. I mean, obviously it's just so much easier with hookups. I mean, I feel like when I'm in there with hookups, I'm like at home, you know. I don't have to conserve and think about conserving as much, and I don't have to deal with all of the portable panels and all of that. Do you hear that? You hear the wind, but there's a strange kind of droning noise that's been going on for the last day and a half. It's a little eerie sounding. Look at the moon. How pretty. Actually might see the sunrise this morning. I don't ever get to see sunrises. I typically sleep until 7:30. Yeah, it's been pretty darn windy. Oh, gotta close this door. It's a biting cold wind. Geesh. Yeah. Not only has it been windy, but it's been definitely quite chilly and cold. I kind of like the sound of the wind, but I don't like driving in it. It makes me wonder if I want to really spend winters in the desert, if this is how it is. I knew there was winds, but this seems like a lot to me. I think it's a little unusual, I'm guessing, to have this much. One local that I was talking to in Quartzsite said that it seemed colder than usual too. The only problem though with my heater is that's it in the background. It just kicked on, and it's fairly loud, and it's towards the back where my bed is, where I'm sleeping. So when it kicks on at night, I haven't been able to sleep through it. It kind of wakes me up. It's so I'm trying to put it down as low as I can possibly deal with. That's why it's 51 degrees in here, because that's about what I set the furnace at. So yeah, this is going on 3 weeks now that I've been in my rig. And you know, I'm definitely adjusting to the smaller space. You know, on the one hand, I'm so grateful that I have access to, you know, everything I do. You know, a nice size refrigerator here, and, you know, a full kitchen. I even have an oven if I want to get around to trying that out and using it at some point. You know, a dining area and all the storage and the bedroom and bathroom. You know, it's great to have all this. It really does feel like a little miniature studio house in here. At the same time, you know, it's definitely an adjustment. You know, the bathroom is super small. The sink is super small. The space in there is super small. So that's challenging. And then the kitchen is much smaller than I'm used to, and I'm a little concerned about being able to fit all of my kitchen stuff that I have. Look at the sky, isn't that pretty? Sun is rising and it's turning this purple pink. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Wow. I want to pay attention to that in a minute. So yeah, it's just kind of been an adjustment to get used to the smaller space and the extra, you know, labor to set up things. You know, I've got to set up my office, I've got to set up my TV every night. Move things around and stuff like that. But you know, I'm here for 5 days and there's not much for me to do here, where I'm at here. And the only thing I really can do is just go out for a walk. So I'm slightly bored, but I have a lot of work to do, so it's kind of been nice to focus. Work has been busy, and so it's been nice to sort of just focus on that. So that's okay. But yeah, it's an adjustment as well to get used to not having a vehicle to take off and go exploring. I can see that one kind of thing that might be frustrating for me on the road is not having a car. And you know, I could choose to get one and tow it, but do I want to go to that extra labor and trouble and stress as well? Probably not. And not to mention extra expense. As it is, if I want to get solar, that's pretty expensive. So I probably wouldn't make that a priority to get, you know, to try to tow a car. But yeah, it's kind of just to be honest and authentic about it, it's just been, you know, kind of a mixed bag for me. And I'm still on the fence, you know, whether or not I can or want to do this lifestyle. So hopefully things will get more clear for me, and I hope I'm not feeling ambivalence, because I'd like it to be a clear decision for me and not a tortured one. All right, I'm going to watch this sunrise. Talk to you later. You know, the desert definitely has its own beauty, but I can't say that it's my absolute favorite landscape. It's kind of a toss-up between the coastal and mountain scenery as being my favorite. I think probably the coast edges it out a little bit, and in particular, I'm meaning the northern coast of California, I think is just stunningly beautiful. And, you know, when I'm away from it, I miss it. So that tells you a lot, you know. And I have been kind of missing it. So I think that probably my favorite then would be the coast, and then the mountains, and then the desert. I like the greens and the blues together. And then that massive body of water, the ocean, is just makes you feel like you are just a drop in the ocean. And it's a good reminder that we are just a drop in the ocean, and that our problems are pretty minuscule in the grand scheme of things. It's my last day at the Boondockers Welcome spot. I leave tomorrow morning. I grew up in the desert. I think I shared this before. The mountain views here are so pretty. I was born in Las Vegas, Nevada. Lived there till I was about 10, and then we moved to Southern California. And, you know, walking here and just being in this environment is making me feel, you know, I wouldn't say nostalgic, but just bringing back memories of when I was a kid walking to and from school in the desert. Well, I'm kind of stuck. I can't leave. It's a little after 10 o'clock. I can't leave my spot here until my water hose, the water inside melts. So I've got there's no sun this morning, so it's cloudy, so I don't have enough sun to melt the water, so it's just sitting out there waiting to melt. And so I'm kind of stuck. I can't go until that kind of melts a little more. So yeah, I turned on the furnace last night, but that wasn't enough. You know, it still froze. And so I just was talking to my neighbor here in the van, in the Class B, I guess it is. And he said, oh, you know, you have to undo your hose at night because it freezes in the hose because it's exposed out there. And so you need to just unhook it from out there and let that, you know, be out there overnight. And that's what stops the water from coming in. It's all iced up in there. I actually designed this journal about a year or two ago, and put it up on Amazon for sale. It hasn't sold very many copies, so if you want to go and purchase it, I believe it's still on Amazon. Called Making It Happen, Book of Beautiful Ideas, Random Thoughts, Musings, and Concepts. It's a beautiful book for journaling, so I'm going to start journaling in here for my trip. I've already started my first writings here, so it's kind of fun to write in a journal that I actually designed and had printed. So I just looked it up on Amazon, and it is still on Amazon, and it's under my name of Victoria Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T, and it would be wonderful if you feel so inclined to purchase this journal on Amazon. Put in your 2025 goals, ideas, things that you want to do to make it happen. It's 120 pages, and it's about 6 by 9 inches, and it costs $5.99. It would really help me out, because the more sales I make, then the higher up on the algorithm it will go. So if you feel so inclined, please buy my journal. Just type in Victoria Wright, and then Book of Beautiful is probably enough, and it should come up. Okay, well, I just finished shopping at Walmart, and so my next stop is a wildlife refuge. Unfortunately, I think the visitor center is going to be closed, which is too bad. I love visitor centers and learning about the area and watching the films if they have them. It's a lot of fun for me for some reason. I just love it. And then it's on to my next stop, which is at Cattail Cove State Park, and it's I think right on the water, so I'm looking forward to that. Just staying there a couple of nights with hookups. And so anyways, off I go. I still can't believe that I drive with a house behind me. I just as a newbie, I'm just marveling at that fact, you know, that I can pull over and use my own bathroom. I love it. And if I wanted to eat or take a nap or whatever, I could do that. So it's very cool. Okay, rats. They actually are closed. Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, let's see. I think you can go kayaking here, which would be a lot of fun. Lush riparian forests with cottonwood and willow trees growing along the river. Oh yeah, I can see them from here. I'll take that along with me. Let's go explore. So there's a hiking trail. Looks like they have some displays. It's pretty drive to get here. Lots of really interesting looking mountain ranges, jaggedy mountain edges. Birds love Arizona. What is this little bird? Just peeping away. goes. Bird conservation. Awesome. Globally important area. I've never heard that terminology. Lake Havasu. I'm in the visitor center here. Looks like there's some nice trails. But I don't have time to do much hiking today. I want to get to my camp spot and get set up before it gets too dark. Binoculars. This is a flyway pit stop. Most of these wildlife refuges are for the birds to stop, rest. I did not know that. The ducks can be divided into divers and dabblers. I did not know that. Looks like there's a trail right over there. Maybe I'll head down over there and walk just a little bit out on this spit. Check it out. It's not real, it's a display. But look at how human his eyes look. One of the most effective ways they can defend themselves is to clog up a burrow opening and then with the hard shell, legs and head tucked in. It gives them a really great defense. I guess this is what they do. They live in the burrows. That's cute. So they have to have, share the space with other burrow mates like squirrels, wood rats, Gila monsters, burrowing owls, quail, rattlesnakes. Oh my God. Spiders and scorpions. Whoa. That's a pretty bird. Beautiful. Yeah, I read too that there's lots of butterflies here as well. Swallowtail. Beautiful. So this is the Mojave rattlesnake in its alarm threat pose. I guess, gosh, I just read that they are actually, most reptiles are cannibalistic. So for example, a king snake will consume a Mojave rattler, which is what is happening here. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Yeah, there's bats here, of course. Wow. 22 bat species. Western Mastiff bat. Whoa. Look at that beautiful bighorn sheep. I mean, it's called desert bighorn ram. And they're saying that you can spot them with binoculars on the cliffs. Right there. I don't have any binoculars with me. Just went through the front gate of the state park, and it's already really gorgeous with these gorgeous mountain ranges here. I have to say, you know, I really like state parks.